me see if I can get my light. Hello, hello, hello. My light is still messed up. Hold on. Hey, doggy. Hi, dog. Okay, let's turn it off. It's gonna be too much of a reflection. Okay. I don't have another light. Okay, so I just wanted to do a quick check-in about how things are going with this week on Zepbound for me. So it is day 9, and I have not taken my dose this week. So that's what we're gonna talk about. I'm gonna adjust my settings a little bit while I wait for some people to come in. Um, I think that's okay. Hey, Jen. Yeah, I don't like the way my light is like causing a really bad reflection. Hi, Jen. Hi, Jen. Hi, Jen. Hey, Nicole. Um, yeah, I don't like that. Okay, Nicole, we're gonna go on stereo after we're done here. I was already, it's funny that you posted that today. Hi, Teddy. You must have been reading my mind because I'm like, I said I was gonna take a break from the verticals, which I am, but I needed to talk. Eric, shut up. I needed to talk today. Nothing major going on. Just I have not. It's day 9 and I haven't taken my shot because I've been really, really, really struggling with some under eating. And it's getting to the point of like, okay, I'm at the point where like now my shot is getting in the way of me being able to get enough food for the day, and that's just unacceptable. By the way, Jen, I did talk to my dad. He was a little not mad at me. He was a little annoyed because I was like, Dad, overnight my medicine, and I didn't clarify. But he is sending it to me. The only problem, it's not really a problem, but it's not going to be overnighted. UPS is going to get it here Friday, and he sent it yesterday. He had just missed the truck for overnight, so it's not going to get here until Friday. So, assuming it gets here, I will have my medication until it's time to order again. Gift Health, the pharmacy with Lily Direct, they are not interested in letting me place another order early. Like they don't care nothing about no, I don't have my medicine or it got shipped to the wrong place. They don't care nothing about none of that. They do not care. Okay, so it's been 2 weeks since I've been back from Europe, and ever since I got back, I was taking my shot regularly, every 7 days, but I haven't been able to eat. I talked about it a little bit in the community where maybe I was experiencing a little bit of jet lag from the trip, or maybe I just needed to recover from all the traveling, but I was tired. I went through that whole week of like being really, really tired, not being able to eat. And then I took my shot on top of that, and then I really couldn't eat. So now we're 2 weeks post my trip. And I'm starting to get my appetite back a little bit, but not enough. Not enough to where I can get enough food during the day. So I was supposed to take my shot. It's now Wednesday. I was supposed to take my shot on Monday. I didn't take it. I didn't take it. I wanted to see. I hadn't planned ahead to not take it. Um. Oh, you were going through, but you're okay now, Teddy. Well, if you want to speak a little freely, if you want to, we're going on stereo to talk about it. Y'all gonna keep see me constantly messing with my one zit. It's the last one to go, y'all. I've been updating my skincare routine, so like my forehead is starting to clear up, my chin and everything, my cheeks got a little bit, but anyway. Glad you're doing okay, Teddy. Seems like a couple of people might be going through it right now, which is why I wanted to do a check-in because it's not just me. Nicole reached out, said she wanted to talk about the bad day that she had yesterday, so we'll be talking about that on stereo. But as of right now, I'm just checking in to see how y'all are doing and let y'all know I ain't take my shot this week, and I honestly don't know when I'm gonna take it. Like I won't go past tomorrow. I will either take it today or tomorrow. But my plan right now is just to spend today catching up on my eating. Oh my God. I put a I don't have any patches, but I spot treat with a salicylic, and it's literally worked everywhere except here. The glycolic and the salicylic is not working for this one right here. So, but you know what? I think I've also been a little stingy with it because I'll be trying not to overuse it. So I did a full cotton swab across my forehead last night. I did a full cotton swab across my forehead and my T zone a little bit where I get my breakouts. So a lot of them are starting to fade by this morning, except this one. Except that one. Eric, at least I know you have your notifications on because you always hear as soon as I go live. So thank you for that. And you know the drill. If you want to talk about my nails, you have to send a super chat. Well, you don't have to send a super chat to talk about it, but if you want me to get them done, you have to send a super chat. Okay, so my plans today is just really to just catch up on my eating. How has everybody been doing as far as their medication goes is what I'm wondering. There's some people going through some changes. Like there's some people getting switched to Wegovy. There are some people going from compound to brand. Some people going from brand to compound. Like I feel like right now, everybody's like not all over the place, but we're all at like different places. So it's not like we're all directly on Zepbound now. Things are kind of getting switched around for people. Oh, did y'all see Reindeer's back as well? I was worried about Reindeer too, but she's back. She was on vacation. So Sydney was on vacation, Reindeer was on vacation. So I was just starting to think Teddy was too. It's okay to need a break sometimes, Teddy. It's okay. You don't take medication, Eric? Okay, well, that's okay too. Where's my yogurt? I'm starting out with this morning. Oh God. I think I forgot how big this bottle is. I might not even be able to finish this. I'm gonna be drinking this. The Kavani 30-gram protein yogurt drink. It has sugar in it. And that's another thing, right? So I haven't really been I started to get my appetite back. What day are we on? I think it honestly took until day 7 for me to start remotely getting my appetite back. Like I was getting to the point where I wasn't even eating once in a day. I was just snacking. Like I wasn't eating actual food. I was just snacking to get something into my system. So I've been relying heavily on like snack foods, but not because I'm craving them. It's not cravings. It's not food noise or any of that. Ugh, I don't want to drink this. It's not cravings. It's not food noise or any of that. It's just the quickest things that I can get my hands on to make sure I have something in my stomach. But because if it was up to me, what dose are you on the 10, Teddy? Oh my God, talk about a mess. Oh my gosh. And my 10 is already on its way to me. So I don't have a choice. In fact, I'm not gonna lie. I think so. My next refill is on the 11th. I think that my 7.5 prescription is still on file with Lilly Direct. No, I know for a fact it is. Now, I don't know if they will let me go back and forth between which one I want to order, nor do I want to do that. But I had considered delaying because, you know, the vials have extremely long expiration dates. I was considering delaying that 10 that's already delivered and just ordering another 7.5 but I don't think I'm going to do that. Oh my gosh. I'm not looking forward to this. I still have 2 doses of the 7.5 left. Talk about a mess. Like it's been a hot mess for 2 entire weeks. And I don't know why suddenly Zepbound is kicking my ass. Good morning, Harji. Good morning, Journey. Ugh. I need a straw. Wow, she probably doesn't have one. So if you see cream on my lips, just let me know and I'll wipe it off. I'm at a new house sit, by the way. I'm in Long Island, New York. The people tried to kill me when I was getting here. I ain't never drove. I'm from New York City and never drove through New York City in my life. And this was the first time I had to drive through Lower Manhattan. They tried to kill me. They tried to drive through me. I had to get on my bully. Hey, did I say hey to Nicole already? Hey, Nicole, if I didn't. But it's been a mess. It's been a mess. My energy is better. My sleep is better if you haven't heard already. My sinuses have started to clear, but I think I'm going to need to continue on with my eliminating for my sinuses because I'm still reacting to something. Like the gluten, like getting rid of the gluten has helped a lot, but I'm still reacting to something. My sinuses are still like there's constant mucus, and sometimes right after I eat something, I'll notice like an increase in the mucus, and I'm like, damn, what the fuck is in this that I just ate? What is in this? Like I had a Snickers yesterday, which actually was not good. I was very surprised. I haven't had a Snickers in forever. The only reason I ate it is because I figured out that Snickers was gluten free. So I was like, ooh, some chocolate, of something I can have or whatever. And I ate it and I was instantly like flooded with mucus. And I'm like, what the fuck is in this that's bothering me? Is it dairy? Like, what is it? I don't use Flonase. I use the clear, the one with the X on it. I did not titrate down. I'm still on the 7.5, and technically the plan is to titrate up, which I shouldn't, but I've already ordered the 10 milligram. Have you noticed an increase in mucus since being on Zep? No. This was something that I struggled with before Zepbound, which is why I always would experiment back and forth with removing gluten, and I always got better with removing the gluten. But my theory is either it's the sugar or it's the dairy. And those are two things that I'm just like the gluten is permanent. That's it. The gluten is done. I don't want to go back because there's so many. Let me tell y'all something. Sidebar. I actually emailed the authors. Okay, I guess it's team or whatever of the book Wheat Belly because I wanted permission to read it on YouTube without getting like a copyright strike. And they got back to me and told me to email somebody else. I don't know if it's like his publisher or some. They told me to email somebody else, and I just didn't get a chance to do it. So if Victor Davis, no, not Victor Davis, William Davis, something. I don't even know the dude's name. William Davis. I'm missing like either the middle name or his second last name. But anyway, if he gives me permission to read his book, I'll come onto YouTube and read Wheat Belly so that you guys will understand what I'm talking about. Because when it comes to wheat, it's so many other things. There's so many other problems. So many other problems. You have 2 doses of 7.5. I'm confused why we're talking about the 10 milligram. No, because somebody asked if I was going to titrate down. That's why. I have my 7.5 for this week, which I'll take today or tomorrow. And then I have my 7.5 for the following week. But once those 2 doses are done, I'm going to have a 10 milligram on hand already because I already ordered it. It went to South Carolina. It's being sent to me here. So somebody had asked, did I titrate down? And I said no. And also when I was talking about not being able to eat on my post, somebody said, don't titrate up. I'm like, it's too late. I already ordered the medication. I already ordered it. So it's too late. Okay. Have fun at school, baby. Boss, baby. Hi, G's. Keith lies about what? But no, I don't use Flonase. I use the other nasal spray. So I'm not hungry, y'all. I can't even get through this yogurt. And the crazy part is, so the reason why I'm talking about this is because I don't understand why suddenly I'm having this problem. We were been talking about how it was time to titrate up to the 10. That's another reason why I'm bringing it up. We had, before Europe, we were talking about me titrating up to the 10 because I could pretty much eat through my 7.5. I can eat whatever I wanted. And now I don't know what the hell has happened in the past 2 weeks. I already have no appetite during the week. I still try to eat. Like this week has been better. I still try to eat, but I'm not eating enough. So I'd have no appetite during the week, and then shot day is like I'm crushed for the first. So like day 0 is shot day, from day 0 to day 3, I guess, or Monday, Tuesday. Yeah. So from Monday to Thursday, I'm pretty much done to the world. Like I can't eat anything, and I can barely like remember to drink water. And I don't know why, almost a year in on a 7.5, why I'm having that problem now. I haven't been having that problem for the past 2 months. I don't know why I'm having that problem now. I had that problem when I first switched to Zepbound, and then I kind of got used to it, and I'm like, okay, it's time to go up. Somehow I've managed to backtrack, and I don't know how. I don't know how. But yeah, yeah. We're gonna be going on to stereo in about 45 minutes to talk about emotional eating because Nicole had a bad day. Have I changed anything else? I mean, I'm accidentally like fasting more. Well, okay, no, I'm not. That's not true. That's not true. That's not true. So, okay, maybe it's a little bit true. Okay, so when I got back from Europe, I talked about in the videos, right, how when I didn't have the kitchen, I was forced to eat like once a day. And I can't even say necessarily forced because I could have been relying on protein shakes and I didn't. So I would just go out to eat for brunch and then I wouldn't eat for the rest of the day. Maybe I would snack on like some Pringles or something. That's why I say it technically wasn't fasting, but for the most part, I was only eating once a day. That might have started some sort of vicious cycle because that type of eating will crush your appetite as well. It seems counterintuitive, but when you go to a one meal a day type of thing, it doesn't make you more hungry. It makes you less hungry, which sounds backwards, but that's how it works with fasting. That's how it works with fasting. So I wasn't trying to fast. I just, one, wasn't hungry, and two, I wasn't about to eat out multiple times a day. I should have incorporated some protein shakes. I didn't. So I went through that for a whole week of under eating, and I was feeling really freaking tragic. Like I was feeling horrible. So everybody was like, get your protein, get your protein, get your protein. So I started to up my protein, and I did start to feel better. I did start to feel better. But then I took my shot and it crushed me. I was already struggling, and then I took my shot on time this past Monday. Well, no, not this past Monday, the Monday before, and it crushed me for like 4 days. It crushed me for like 4 days, and I'm just like, this cannot go on. Oh my God, this cannot go on. So now it's day 9 since my shot, and I'm gonna use this opportunity to eat. I'm not hungry. Hey, girl dad. Girl dad, your channel. Oh my God. Do you know I literally just figured out you have a channel? Like it literally, because oftentimes I don't click on people's names. So I was looking at my subscribers and it showed that you had the most subscribers. And I'm like, wait, he has a channel? So I clicked on it and I'm like, the first thing I saw was fried chicken wings and crinkle cut fries, I think it was. And I was just like, why would you do that? Like right as I go gluten free, why would you do that? Y'all have to check out Girl Dad Cooking Up Deliciousness. Oh my gosh, y'all have to check it out. Y'all have to check out his channel. It's so I can't even say, okay, I can't say your food is good because I haven't tried it yet. But I just be shaking my head like, why are you doing this? I don't deserve this. I don't deserve to be treated this way. Because there's a couple of things that you've made that I'm like, had I not gone gluten free, I would have definitely tried, like that pizza. Oh my God. Go ahead, you can do it. Get you a go gluten free pizza. You can do it. You can do it. I believe in you. But I am gonna try those wings in the air fryer. I literally, before I started, brought my air fryer upstairs because I'm at my house sit. I feel like I look very dull. I feel like I look very, very dull. Very, very dull. My light, I think I need a new light too. I think it's broken a little bit. And I'm right near the airport. This is a small airport, but okay. So no, let me not. I keep doing it. I keep turning it on and turning it back off. It's not gonna work. So let me just go through what my plan is for today as far as eating. Let me ask y'all something. Because I know some of you don't track, and this is the problem that I have with like not tracking for me. So I haven't been tracking my food for 2 weeks, which is how part of the reason I've been able to get away with under eating because I don't have to like look at it and see that I'm short 1,000 calories. But I started again today. I started planning out what I was gonna eat for the day. I started out with what I would typically eat in the past 2 weeks. And I was only getting to about 500 or 600 calories with that. So like, that's how I know I've been under eating for the past 2 weeks. So I started to add some more things in. Yogurt, protein shake. I'm gonna mess up this lady's carpet. Oh my gosh. Yogurt, protein shake, all of that stuff. And I got to about 1,200 calories, which is still too low for me. So I'm like, where the fuck am I supposed to get all this other food from? So, one, is anybody tracking? If so, does it help you? And if you're not tracking, how do you know you're eating enough? Maybe it's just based on how you feel. Maybe if you feel good, then you're eating enough. It could be that. Especially if you're in maintenance. Also, how do you, for the people that track, how do you determine how many calories you need? Because I had to do my TDEE calculation today, and it puts me at maintenance 2,000 calories, but my basal metabolic rate, so if I just laid in bed and did nothing all day, is at about 1,600. I would really like for that to not get below 1,600. Unagreeable. Yes, I just started tracking. I don't get everything in there though. Okay. Okay. Do you get close? Because it's not necessarily about getting it to the exact calorie, right? To that level of accuracy. But the reason that I put stuff in the app, and I don't do it every day, but this dog is behind me snoring, y'all. The reason I put stuff in there when I feel like I'm under eating is because it'll give me a ballpark. So if I can get within like 200 to 300 calories over or under, I'll take it. I have the Fitbit app to put me at 1,000 calorie deficit. And that's another thing. I don't purposefully eat at a deficit. So, okay, it's a little tricky. Okay, so how do I want to put this? So, okay. Yes, I do to some extent eat to a deficit because of Zepbound, right? That's a given. However, I have been going back and forth about that because when I first started out on compound, I wasn't eating at a deficit. I was eating at maintenance. And that's also probably why my weight loss was so slow. I was eating at about 1,800, or I guess I was eating a little bit below maintenance. No, I take that back. I was eating a little bit below. Um, how do I want to put this? So I think when I could take. I need another phone. Hold on. I'm sorry, doggy. I woke you up. Okay, so let me tell y'all where I was um, when I first started. Because I thought I was eating at maintenance, but now I'm realizing maybe that's not quite true. I think maintenance for me at 240 pounds would have been like 2,200 calories or something like that, and I was eating at 1,850. So yeah, okay, so I'll eat in a deficit, but I try not to go below a 500 calorie deficit. That's what it is. I think that's what it is. Um, so let's see, female, I was 28 at the time, and I was 242 pounds, 5'9", I wish, and sedentary office job is what I calculate based on. I never calculate in my exercise because it'll be inaccurate. I feel like I sound sick too. It's the mucus, I'm telling y'all. I don't add my coffee, and the granola I use doesn't have exact macros, but I can estimate. Do you guys have a recommended for TDEE? I use TDEEcalculator.net. This is how I figure out how many calories I need. And then if I cut based on that. But I typically don't cut more than 500. So the closer I get to my goal weight, the kind of like the harder it gets because I don't want to keep cutting. Why is my phone not working? It's not just me. Okay, weird. My phone's not working. Oh, okay, because I started over. I don't know what just happened. 28. 5'3". No, not 5'5", I wish. 242. Oh, maybe it's the website. I don't know. I'll give it a chance to load. Um, okay. So, as of right now, my goal is about 16 to 1,800 calories, but I might have to adjust that because also as you lose weight, your caloric needs change. So you don't need as many calories. So that's another reason. That's another thing with the people that do track. As you're losing weight, make sure every 20 or 30 pounds or so you're redoing the calculation, the TDEE calculation, totally daily expenditure, something like that. Okay, my phone is like, oh, you know what? My phone is acting stupid because I've been ignoring my update. That's what happens. That's rude. Y'all shouldn't do that to me. Just because I don't feel like doing my update right now, don't mean you gotta like make my phone stop working. Weird. Weird. Okay, I'll do that later. Of course I remember you, Molly. Of course, Molly. Well, I mean, you could be any Molly. But if you're Molly from the live streams, then yes. You don't have a avatar, so you could be a different Molly. Um okay. Molly, you know the rules. So anyway, where's my oh, I lost it. Okay. All right. So who unagreeable? Okay. So I use the tdeecalculator.net to do my calculations, and then I log my food into what do you call it? The Lose It app. I really like the Lose It app. I use MyFitnessPal for years. And then they started adding in too many ads. So I switched to Lose It. Y'all are really gonna like make me, this is so mean. So if TDE says 2200 and I only eat 1600, is that why I'm not losing? I'm at a stall. Okay, hold on. Let me get my calculator out. There could be a lot of reasons why you're stalled. So let's break that down. You said 1600? 600? It could be that or it could not. I'll say that. So what would happen unagreeable? What I would do is I would cut, right? And if I was losing weight, then fine. But if I stopped losing weight, I'd go back up to maintenance and I would start losing again. That's not to say that that would happen for you. That's not to say that that would happen, or not necessarily maintenance, but I would eat a little bit more. So like, right? Like, so when I checked my app this morning, I had it set to about 1650. And I'm like, well, considering I hadn't been eating enough lately, let me just up it to about 1850 to make sure that I'm eating enough. So you kind of have to play around with the numbers to see what works for you. Right. You don't know where you'd get more calories from. How close are you to your goal weight? How much weight do you have to lose? I was struggling with that too. I'm at about, in my app, I think I'm at about 1400 calories. And I'm like, where the fuck am I supposed to get another 500 calories from? Because that's 1400 is under eating for me. It just is. I'm not giving advice. Somebody asked me a question and I answered it. I'm not your doctor. Talk to your doctor or your local scientist down at the community college. Dexman, you found me. You came here. Okay? If it doesn't suit you, you can scroll up. So, it's not medical advice. Calories isn't medical advice. You need 40 more pounds. 40 more pounds. Yeah, the closer you get to your ideal weight, the harder it's going to be when it comes to one, losing, but also the caloric intake. I've been on this stream for how long and I haven't told y'all to like. 28 people watching, 6 likes. Don't be mean. Don't be rude. Please double tap the screen and hit the like if you're watching on a phone. If not, if you're on a computer or a different device, then go ahead and thumbs up the stream. In about 30 minutes, I'm going to be switching platforms. I'll be going over to stereo. I would share the link, but you're not going to be able to click it anyway. So if you're interested, just go over to my community tab and click the link there and join us on stereo. We're going to be talking about emotional eating over there. So when it comes to being at a stall, I have a video on that, unagreeable. And there can be many, many things. Under eating, overeating, not hydrating enough, not resting enough, right? And then exercise is probably like last on that list. Like I would even put hydration and sleep before exercise. because there were times on compound where I was overeating. That's what I'm saying. Like for me personally, tracking is not for everybody. Tracking is definitely not for everybody. But when I am at a standstill, then I start going back to the drawing board. Okay, what have I been eating? How's my protein? Sometimes it's not necessarily the calories, it's the makeup of the calories. So if you're eating 1600, 1800 calories, but it's all starch, not all, but majority starch or majority sugar or something like that, or majority fried food. It could be the types of food that you're eating. So calories isn't necessarily the first thing that I look at when I'm at a stall. It's not the first thing that I look at. It's just one of many things that I look at. If that sounds confusing, that's because I wasn't prepared to like talk about that during the stream. Right now, I'm not focused on like whether or not I'm losing weight or not. But since you asked, I'm trying to answer the best way I can. But you don't necessarily want to force yourself to eat more food if that's not what you need. You know what I mean? But the thing about the cutting of the calories and why you don't want to do that long term is because at some point, hypothetically, 1600 is not going to be enough for you to lose weight anymore. Then what? You're going to cut another 500 to 1100. That's where the problem comes in with the calorie cutting. So I try to more so focus on the composition of the macronutrients versus the cutting of the calories. You can do a combination of both, but you may have to like sometimes eat more and sometimes eat less and sometimes eat more, and then you balance it out based on what your body's needs are at that time. You don't want to trick your body into thinking that you're starving. And sometimes people just cut and then they stay there. They just stay there, and then eventually, like hypothetically, right? You're eating 1600 calories a day. At some point, if you do that long enough, your body is just going to decide, okay, let's just drop down to 1400 as far as your BMR. Let's just drop down to 1500 because clearly you're only getting this much. Let's just drop down so we have a reserve. And that's how weight gain starts. One of the many reasons. One of the many reasons with crash dieting. So there's nothing wrong with cutting, but just be mindful that you don't want to permanently cut. Not necessarily. Always know what your maintenance number is and what your basal metabolic rate number is, and then find something in between. Missy says I track over the course of the week. I find that I have different hunger levels throughout the week. That's also true. Lately, I've been crushed the first 4 days of my shot. It's been miserable. It's been like literally like it's so funny because we were just talking about like defining food noise and food noise versus cravings and whether or not we could live with food noise. When versus hunger, we were just talking about that like a week ago. When I tell y'all, I have not had a single desire for food. Well, the first 4 days of my shot. Now that it's, day 9, I'm like, I could eat. I don't want to, but I could. At least I can get it down. Like, I'm not repulsed by it. But the first 4 days of this week, oh my gosh, like Monday through Thursday was awful. It was absolutely awful. Or I'm saying this week. Ugh, see, I'm like losing track of time. Last week. Monday through Thursday of last week, it was horrible. Horrible. So if you are at a stall, you could try a couple of different things. You can try eating more for a week and see if that works for you. Making sure you're drinking enough water. You can try incorporating exercise if you haven't already. But the other thing is also that like whatever you choose to do consistently, the body will get used to. So at some point you have to change it if you're still trying to reach your goals. That's the other thing. Whatever is working for you in the beginning may not necessarily work throughout the entirety of your journey. So like you gotta be willing to switch it up sometimes when it comes to the body, because the body wants to be in homeostasis. Like whatever you're doing, the body wants to be used to it. Whatever you're doing, the body wants to adapt to it. So sometimes you got to switch things up, like eating more or eating less. So I would never say eating less is bad or eating more is bad. It depends on where you are. If you've already been consistently eating less, try eating more. If you've already been consistently eating at maintenance or overeating, try eating less. If you haven't been working out, try working out. If you're already working out 5 days a week, try taking a break. You understand what I mean? So sit down with a pen and paper or on your phone, make note of what you're already doing and see what you can change. But try changing one thing at a time, testing it out, see if it works. It won't take much to figure out what the thing is. That's also with the food, right? Like if you're eating mostly carbs, try switching to lower carb, higher protein. If you're eating mostly protein, try switching to a moderate protein, higher carb. I also had to do that as well. Like there was like when I first started out on compound, I refused to eat carb. Well, I ate it, but it was like a little bit. Like I was not eating enough carbs. I wasn't. And it just got to the point where I was just like, F this shit. I was like, F this. And I started to eat more carbs and I was fine. Hey, Delilah. Good morning. Is it morning? I don't know what time it is. Yeah, it's morning. It's morning. You got to keep your body guessing. Yes, to an extent, right? Like when you decide on something, you want to do it long enough to see if it works. If it works and then it stops working, you know it's time to change something. You know it's time to change something. You want consistency overall. But the problem is when you're in the process of like it's easier to be consistent when you're in maintenance. So maintenance people, cover your ears, okay? Maintenance people, cover your ears. When you're losing though, it's not always like some people are lucky enough that for 6 months straight they lose weight, they meet their goal, they're fine. Or for a year straight they lose weight, they meet their goal, they're fine. Some people are lucky enough to do that, but other people, it's like you lose weight for 2 months and then you stop. And then you lose weight for a month and then you stop. And then you lose weight for 3 months and then you stop. Like that. So you don't want to change things too quickly. It's just when you realize you're not losing weight and it's been a month, because sometimes it's not necessarily a stall. That's the other thing unagreeable. Some people don't lose weight for 1 week and consider that a stall. That's not necessarily true. So what would I should have asked this before, but what period of time are you considering a stall? Like how long has it been since you've lost, let's say, a pound or two? People will be like, oh, I haven't lost weight in 2 weeks. I'm stalled. No, you just haven't lost weight in 2 weeks. Baby boss 1 and baby boss 2. Can you take my kids to school too, Journey of Life? Take my kids too. I ain't got none, but I'm thinking about them. They're almost here. Eventually. When I stop being broke. 4 weeks, I gain and lose the same 2 pounds. Right. So what that tells me is, well, okay, I'm not your doctor. Definitely speak with a doctor or maybe a dietitian or something like that, but I'll give you my opinion. Take the word stalled out of your mind for a second and just think balance. Okay? Take the word stalled out of your mind for a second and just think balanced. Right? Because you're not gaining 10 pounds, but you're not losing 10 pounds either. You're just balanced. Like the body does this. Is the closer it can get to the middle of like steady, the better. But it'll do this. One, because you're on a GLP-1, so you're gonna be eating less. But sometimes the body just does this. It's just trying to balance. Are we losing? Like, what are we doing here? So my body does that as well. I'll fluctuate the same 3 to 5 pounds for like a month or so. But if it goes beyond that, like if it's like 2 months, 3 months, then my body has just gotten used to whatever I'm doing, and it's just comfortable being right here. It's just found its new normal. So you have to look at not regaining all of the weight that you lost as a win. That is a win. It may seem like a disappointment that you're not losing further. That just means you need to reevaluate what you're doing. What you've done so far has worked. Now your body has figured it out and kind of evened out. So it's time to change something. What that something is, you start with one thing and you move on to the next. Am I drinking enough? Check. Am I eating enough? Check. Am I sleeping enough? Maybe not. What am I eating? Am I eating a lot of sugar? Check. So, yeah. Hi, Sydney. How was your trip, girl? Hey, Mona Lisa. Thank you for being a member for 1 month. I think it's a stall if you haven't lost not even an ounce in 1 month. How do you measure an ounce journey of life? Because like, okay, so let me tell you what I would consider a stall. To be honest, I would say 6 weeks or more of no weight loss. But I think that because we're on GLP-1s, people expect to lose weight every single month because that's the reality of some people. Sometimes your body gets smart because no, okay, first of all, your body doesn't want to lose weight, right? We're tricking our bodies into dropping the weight by manipulating our hormones, which is not a bad thing because the body's very stubborn. Once it puts the weight on, it doesn't want to let it go. So we have to adjust the hormones to signal it's okay to let the weight go, right? So that's what we're doing with the GLP-1. We're controlling our appetite. We are addressing the food noise and all of that, but we're also addressing like it's okay to let some of this weight go. However, that doesn't necessarily mean the body wants to do that. So when you get to a point where the 5 things or 6 things that you're doing, you found the right combination and it works for a month, 2 months, 3 months, and then you get to the point where you're just doing this for about 4 weeks, it's time to change something. I'm glad you had a wonderful trip. It's time to change something. But don't be overwhelmed as far as like, okay, well, what do I change? You start with one thing and figure out whether or not it's where it's supposed to be. That's why I said water, because water's the easiest. If you're drinking enough water, go on to the next thing. If you feel like you're eating enough food, then focus on the combination of foods, like the composition of the macros. That's where but the only way you're gonna know that is if you track it in the app and you're like, wow, my carbs are really high, or wow, my protein's really high. Because the higher the protein isn't necessarily the better. That's another thing. Like too much of anything can be a bad thing is the point that I'm trying to make. Too much of anything can be a bad thing. Too much rest can be a bad thing. Get up and move your body. Too much movement can be a bad thing. Sit your ass down and get some sleep, or lay down and get some sleep. So you just start with one thing. Has this been good? Has this been good? Has this been good? Yes. But if it was me, after I've checked my hydration and my sleep and all of that, if you want to focus on the calories last, that's fine. I would test out eating more because that has worked for me. But talk to a dietitian. Like for me, I was gaining and losing, and then the scale just kept saying, staying put or move up. That's when I felt myself going to the pantry more often and took a second 2.5 shot 4 days later while I wait for my 5. Yeah. Well, no, see, Journey of Life, that's different. You were on the onboarding dose. That dose is not meant to do what the other doses do. So it was appropriate for you to titrate up. Just like it was appropriate for your weight to not move and for you to start feeling more hungry. That's appropriate on the 2.5. It's literally just to introduce the medication to your system. So that don't count, Journey. That don't count. But since it's been I don't know why I keep wanting to say unregrettable. Is it no, it's unagreeable. For unagreeable, if you haven't lost for a month, I would think, okay, your body has figured out where the balance point is, but we still got 40 more pounds to lose. So it's time to change something. I skipped my shot while on vacation because I wanted to make sure I could eat 17 days without a shot. However, I lost 1.5 pounds while away. Don't know how that happened. Sydney, be careful going back to your medication after 17 days without a shot. Because I think the half-life of tirzepatide is about 5 days. So it's more than likely out of your system by now. Have you done that before? Gone about roughly half a month, 2 weeks, let's say 2 weeks without a shot? And what dose are you on? Because if you're above a 2.5, I would say be very careful going back to your dose at after 2 weeks of not having it. It's almost certainly out of your system by now. Almost certainly. So you could potentially, I'm not a doctor, don't listen to me, I don't know nothing. But what I'm thinking about is you could potentially go hypoglycemic by hitting it with the blood sugar. Remember, tirzepatide is a blood sugar medication. This is why you have to titrate up to the dose that you get to, right? Because they don't want to just bring everybody in at a 10 milligram or a 15 milligram. So it has to build up in your system over time. Well, with that being said, if you don't take it for 2 weeks, right? If you don't, like, I'm even pushing it with 10 days, which is probably why I'll take my shot. I've done 10 days before and I was fine, but I won't necessarily go past 10 days. But, and you're closer to actually 3 weeks, almost a month, but closer to 3 weeks. So remembering that tirzepatide is a blood sugar medication, it's going to work fast. So if it's been 17 days and you're on like a 12.5 or a 10, and then you suddenly take it, you're probably going to be very, very symptomatic. Okay. Haven't gone that long. I have gone 10 days. I use me again at, and instead I have a little bit in my system. Oh, you're only on a 5. Oh, well, hold on. I'm not a doctor. I'm not saying that that's okay. But you're on a 5 because I didn't want to say it before, but I was going to be like, if you're on a 2.5 or a 5, that might be okay. But I'm not a doctor, so don't listen to me. Don't listen to me. Don't listen to me. So, but if you have like the ability to talk with your doctor remotely, I would give him a message just in case. I also broke the stall. I'm now 152. As Vanity would say, I'm shook. You shooketh. 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 Oh my gosh. I actually don't know it's not time for me to weigh in until Friday. I weighed in at 184. I got lucky. We're going to go to stereo in about 15 minutes. I got lucky that I left for Europe at 184. I gained a little bit of weight while I was there. And after 2 weeks of being back, I'm back at 184. I got not even lucky. Like, Zepbound did his job. Zepbound did his job, because if I was not on Zepbound, that would have been, I would have came back 10 pounds heavier. No lie. I would have came back 10 pounds heavier. And I would have still been struggling to get it off. Hello, Felix. I would have been struggling to get it off. So, to be able to indulge a little bit for a week and a half. And then, so August has been pretty much, I want to say a dud, but it's not, but I wasn't trying to lose weight in August. Like, I haven't been making an effort to lose weight. I've just been chilling. I've just been chilling, trying to relax and prepare for September to hit the weights really, really hard. Not hard as in like hurt myself, but hard as in like, it's time to, like, I keep saying it and I get distracted by other things that's going on with my weight loss, like my eating, or like I get distracted with other things. So my objective for September is to put on muscle, which means there's no reason for me to cut calories at all. There's no reason. Like, my calories are going to be between 1,800 and 2,000. 2,000 is maintenance for me. Technically, if I want to put on muscle, I should probably be at 2,200, but I'm going to try the 1,800 to 2,000 first. Helen? Who's Helen? I was eating everything while I was on vacation. I also reached my goal before I left, barely getting into the 160s. Congratulations. Did you tell us that before you left? And to be honest with you, I'm not hating about being able to eat anything. I know what that feels like, but I wasn't on vacation. It was the first time I stretched to 10 days. It was the best. Days 8 through 10 were amazing. I got to eat whatever I wanted. I don't feel that way now, though. I'm on day 9 and I'm like, I'm still not hungry. Like, what the fluff? What in the actual fluff? Yo, this dog is like knocked out. This couch is humongous. Like, look at this couch. Let me. I don't want y'all looking at my stomach, but like this is how I plan to be on this couch. Did I wake him up? No, I didn't. I didn't wake him up. Like, when I have a day off and I'm not working, I plan to get all the way, like, hold up. Can y'all see me? Like, all the way back here. And just be chilling on this couch. Double tap the like, and yes, please double tap the like to like. It was like 30 people in here. And nobody was hitting the like because people forget. So I try to say it over and over again. But we're about to go to stereo in like 10 minutes. Yes. We're going to go to stereo in like 10 minutes and we're going to talk about emotional eating. Because one of my members had a bad day yesterday. So we're going to talk about it. We talked about binge eating. I don't know if YouTube wants me to spell that, but we talked about that one. I think a week ago on stereo, something like that. But I guess we're going to be talking about like eating based on how you feel, like having a bad day. And I now know everyone doesn't go through that. It is, I swear, the people that don't have problems with their emotions and eating you're like from a different planet to me. Thank you, Vanity. No, I haven't told anyone. I didn't believe it because the scale kept creeping up and then I hit 152 now. Been a week, so I believe my eyes. I still got, wait, 152 is like your goal? We're at like the goal? Oh, no, you broke your stall. Okay, it was Sydney that marigold. Okay. Yes. You didn't have time to share reaching my goal with y'all before I left. Love your braided braids. Thank you. It's a mess. This is my hair is a mess and I don't want to do anything about it situation. When you see my hair like this, like when I have braids and then I braid the braids into braids, that means the original braids are a mess and I don't want to do anything about it. I don't want to do anything about it. Journey of life, is your sister still a little skeptical about GLP-1s? I understand the skepticism. I just think it's very easy to get over it with a little bit of research. Like I think it's so easy to get past, but I could be wrong. But yeah, I'd be looking at the non-emotional eaters like, I mean, people have other things they do. Some people drink, some people gamble, some people shop, some people binge watch a show, some people exercise. Some people do other things, but I would really be looking at like the normal people. They're normal to me. I just feel like my boyfriend. Like he's not is boredom an emotion? No, he's a bored eater, but he's not an emotional eater. I don't have a goal weight per se, but I'd love to see 135 at least, and then if I could get lower, it'd be cool with me. I'm not so sure about me. Like I'm aiming for 142 because that's an even 100 pounds loss, but I think my ideal based on the numbers is between like 120 and 140. So I think I might still go down another 10. Then you just titrate up recently? Yes, she did. She got rid of that 6-month supply in a I was about to say mochi. Lord, mochi didn't do nothing to me. In a orderly vial. 6-month supply of tirzepatide in one vial. I can't believe they did that. They should be sued. I was at the nail salon, y'all. This is when I knew we lived in a different world. I was at the nail salon like a week ago. And the lady sitting next to me had a mochi container. GLP-1s have swept the world, or at least the country. Oh, okay. Betty, I've been missing your messages. Hello, Betty. I'm sorry. Let me scroll back, see if I've been missing your messages. Oh, I'm sorry, Betty. You're right. You did say hi. You did you tapped the little hi button thing, and I always miss those. Hello, Betty. Everyone say hi to Betty and welcome Betty to the chat. She won't take the shot yet, but she will when she sees me. Well, you know what I was thinking about, Journey? I'm really interested in this. I was watching a video on addiction recently. I was watching somebody review a video on addiction from like the 80s or something like that. And they talked about how, you really have to fight the temptation for the rest of your life, or you have to fight that addiction for the rest of your life. Now, I feel that way about food. Like, I don't feel like food controls my life anymore, but I feel like without Zepbound, it would, right? So I feel like it's going to be like I'm going to have to struggle with my weight forever. But Zepbound is here to help me do the job. And I'm starting to wonder about this ability of like Zepbound to help with addiction, different types of addictions, because there's really no cure now, is there, for addiction? There's treatment, which Zepbound would be treatment potentially, but there's really no cure. There's really no cure. So like once it's established that you are addicted to something, which I haven't been evaluated, but I'm just saying, once it's established that you're addicted to something, you kind of have to battle with that forever. But as treatment gets better, people will do better. Betty is mad at us. Betty about to curse everybody in this chat out, especially me, because she was saying hi and none of us said hi back. I'm so sorry. I'm usually better about that. Do y'all hear this dog snoring? Let me see if I can get the mic closer. Can y'all hear it? I feel bad. I shouldn't do that because I wouldn't want nobody to do that to me. Oh God. I wouldn't want anybody to do that to me. I'm snoring and then they come with the mic like, do you hear it? Do you hear her? All right. So Stereo's about to call me in 3 minutes telling me to hurry up and come over there. Stereo is so annoying. Oh, one more thing before we go over to Stereo. Well, for one, like the stream on your way out. 19 people, please take a second to like the stream. It really helps out the channel. If you haven't already, make sure you are subscribed. Oh, at the nail salon, lady had a mochi container, and I was like, GLP-1s are everywhere. So Stereo notifications. You guys don't have to keep your notifications on for that. I noticed that when I went on to somebody else's panel just messing around the other day, a bunch of you got notified and I felt bad because y'all was going to come in there like, what the fuck is she talking about? Nothing. I'm up here being a mess, y'all. Like, it's not for you guys, but if you want to listen, sure. But I don't want y'all getting notifications every time I join somebody else's stuff. So it's up to you. If you want to keep your notifications on for when I go live, then great. Just be mindful that you may see Stereo notify you that I'm live just because I'm on somebody else's show. And if I'm on somebody else's show, I'm probably doing something stupid. I'm just gonna let y'all know. I'm probably gonna create a whole separate account on my other phone so that y'all don't get those notifications. Because I shouldn't be trolling on my vanity profile anyway. My overall goal is 150. I'm 5'8". Then I'll be able to wear most of my clothes in my closet, except my fat clothes. I'm still comfortable in my fat clothes. Sydney, they're my security blanket. I did shop my closet before I went on vacation. Didn't need to go on shop. Same thing. I did the same thing for Europe. Now, my clothes were big, and I did have to buy a couple of cardigans. But yeah. Love you. Always watch you. Great job. Keep up the good work. Betty, before we get out of here, do you want to tell us a little bit about your goal? Thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much for your support. We're about to switch platforms. You're probably not aware of Stereo, but if you're interested, there's a link to where we're about to be on my community tab post. So you can find us over there. So I'm gonna say my goodbyes only because you know what, I can answer on the phone. Hold on, let me actually, you know what, y'all, last time the link didn't even work. So hold on, give me a second, let me start the show, because last time people were waiting for me and the link that I sent didn't even work. Hey, hold on, let me start talk. Okay, I've started it. So if you're over there waiting and you don't hear me speaking, refresh or go out and come back in, because I've started to talk now, because last time it was not doing what I needed to do. It was not doing what I needed to do. I'm gonna repost it. I'm gonna repost it. I'm gonna go to the gym and tune in the Stereo while I'm walking the indoor track. Okay, Sydney, I think it'll be your first time over there. So we haven't heard your voice yet, Sydney. So if you're feeling brave, Sydney, you can leave us a voice note. Hold on, let me see. Stereo link, not steroid. We can talk about a couple of different things over there. We're going to be mostly talking about the emotional eating, but it really is a check-in. So if there's anything you guys want to talk about, we have a bit more freedom over there, okay? So I just reposted the link to my community tab. Betty says, my goal is to lose about 20 to 30 pounds. I'm weighing in at 186 as of now from 226. Oh, congratulations. Is that about 50 pounds or is it 40? 26... That's 30. That's about 40 pounds. Congratulations. That must feel amazing. Definitely make sure you have your notifications on here set to notify Betty so that the next time we go live over here, if you don't want to come over to stereo, you can tell us more about your progress. And also you have the option, if you're subscribed, to post in the community, say hello, or you can ask questions, just no medical advice, and you can share some stuff about your journey as well. All right. So thank you so much for falling out of the clouds. I hope you had a gentle landing, and I'm so sorry I missed when you said hello the first time. All right. So I'm going to go over to stereo. I'm going to see you all over there. All right. I see you guys. I see you guys. I see you guys. All right. So thank you everybody for joining. Like the stream on your way out. Don't be stingy with your likes. Bye.